Therapists always understand the nuances of parental alienation, right? Wrong. Today, we are alienation myth busting. Hey, this is Ryan Thomas, an adult child of parental alienation who discovered the truth and reconnected. And today, we are myth busting something really important. And that is that there are a lot of well meaning, well intentioned, talented therapists out there, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they understand all of the intricacies of parental alienation, how to see it, how to reverse it, how to help reunify, how to help anyone get through the effects of alienation. And this is really twofold. There is therapists that are working with children who are trying to guide them towards a resolution, but not always a reconnection. Sometimes even that resolution is to just push them back into the arms of the alienator and get rid of you. And then there is also therapists that you perhaps are working with to try to get through everything that's happened to you, and they are advising you on what to say and what to do. And they also don't understand parental alienation. So I'm going to start there first. If you're in a situation where you have been seeing a therapist, first of all, it's great that if you feel like you need help, to reach out to get that help, to get that guidance and have someone to talk to and somebody who can talk to you and advise you. However, recognize that not all therapists understand parental alienation and how it works and how the damaging effects of pre-programming your child, brainwashing your child influences how they show up and how they communicate with you, and therefore how you should communicate back to them. What I mean by that is that a therapist may encourage tough love, may encourage boundaries. Don't ever let your child talk to you like that. Don't ever let them get away with that. You come down, you let them know who's boss, you give them that tough love, you let them know these are the boundaries, it's this way or you're out, or if this is the way you're going to talk to me, then forget it, we will not have a relationship. You communicate, my door is open, but you let me know when you're ready to clear up your behavior, and then you will come back in. Now, in normal parent-child dynamics where a child has behavioral issues, of course, there's always underlying issues of what's causing it. But in a normal parent-child relationships where there's behavioral issues, there's power struggles, there's something going on, there is, of course, a place for that type of tough love and hard boundaries. But with parental alienation, if you don't understand that, it's not just about helping you, the parent, stand up for yourself and not let the child rule the roost and run roughshod over you. It is much more delicate. It is much more complicated because you already have someone, not just the child, you have someone who is actively trying to destroy the relationship. They are actively implanting lies and manipulation into your child, or showing the child how every single thing that you actually are doing is wrong and terrible and bad. And then that child is empowered or encouraged or even sometimes coerced into rejecting you, into saying and doing nasty, horrible things that are putting you in a position where, of course, if you say, screw you, of course, if you have these hard boundaries, this tough love, that pushes them right back to the alienator. It doesn't address any of the things that they're actually thinking and feeling. It's just 100% reacting to what they're saying and what they're doing. And so it misses a huge opportunity for you to connect on a different level, for you to have and control a different conversation that can lead to a breakthrough, lead to light bulb moments of discovery. And so when this happens, and when you just follow a therapist's tough love, which works in 90% of cases perhaps, with an alienation, it pushes them further away from you, further back into the arms of an alienator. Now, as I'm saying all of this, of course, I always want to point out, I'm not a therapist. I am someone who uses my own experience and now working with parents for over a decade in over 25 countries to give you my perspective of what I experienced, my firsthand story, what is true for me, and now working with other parents and the things that I see. and the trends and the habits and the patterns that I see, and this is a pattern and habit that I see, is that a good, loving, a good, well-meaning therapist who is trying to help you, a loving parent, reconnect, but also not be treated like crap by a child who's alienated, will give you the wrong, misguided advice. Now, of course, there's always caveats in this. You should never put yourself in physical harm, all of those things for your own safety. What I'm specifically talking about is how do you interact and engage and communicate with a child that doesn't just put up a wall when they're already walled off themselves. Now, let's flip it to the other side. There are a lot of therapists out there that are talking to your children that do not understand parental alienation. They don't understand that the child that they're talking to is like a puppet on a string. They are simply mirroring the stories and the narrative and the negativity and the lies that the alienator, the influencing parent in their life, has shared with them. And so the therapist may get wide-eyed. Oh, wow, this is what's happening? This is how you feel? And they will not push back. They will not question. They will not have any curiosity of what's actually going on to look beneath the surface. And they just accept at face value what's going on. And so there is no attempt to reunify or to see a different perspective or to have any type of questioning. And in fact, even if they talk to the other parent or even the child about this, even if you have somebody with a little bit more skill, you'll notice there's an immediate shutdown, or all of a sudden we don't talk to that therapist anymore. They were bad. They don't know what they're doing. So many times therapists, again, well-meaning, but just uneducated and unskilled in these areas, will give advice that doesn't necessarily go towards pushing pushing and questioning and making sure that this is what the child really thinks and feels. I had a therapist like this that I actually really liked. Personally, I liked. Whenever I would get stressed out, because on my mom's side, the regime, it was always so stressful because whenever they were talking about my dad, it was terrible and it was vitriol. And I didn't know who to talk to, and I certainly couldn't talk to my dad, but I also knew that if I said something else to my family, all hell would break loose. So I found, somebody found a therapist for me that I liked, was very nice, was very helpful. The problem is that they couldn't see, wow, in my situation, dad is getting railroaded. This one parent is getting railroaded. There is so much pressure. Why is a kid thinking about this? Why is a kid using these types of words when this is clearly more of an adult? There was no pushback. So I knew that the accepted response to all of this was to do everything I can to slowly but surely cut my dad out of my life and push him away. They found a therapist who could help me do just that. Ryan, this is how you feel. Well, this is the letter you're going to write to your dad. This is how you're going to tell him you're no longer coming for overnights. Now, this is what you're going to say to him, in combination with my mom. Okay, you're no longer going to have weekends. Now you're no longer going to have overnights. Now you're going to not have 2 days during the weekend visitation. You're just going to have one. And it was a slow degradation. So this therapist was really good at helping me extricate myself from my dad's life. This therapist was really good to take all of the anger. He should do this, all that anger and venom. This guy was very cool, calm, and collected. He showed me how to do it. He showed me what to say. But there was never any pushback. There was never any questioning of the narrative. And so, oh, Ryan is seeing a therapist. Yeah, but it wasn't to help me. It was to remove my dad. And so that was a thing that, looking back, I go, nice guy, terrible at your job, really bad at your job. So I just wanted to bring this myth to you because there are certain realities as it relates to you and your therapist and how well they may know about parental alienation and how to combat and advise you. Same thing with your child as well. So with all of this, if you're experiencing parental alienation and you're looking for somebody to guide you in a variety of different ways of communication, strategy, emotion, and mindset on how to get through this, exactly what you can say and do to turn things around and help your situation, and you want to learn from somebody who understands alienation inside and out because I have lived it, you can click a link below this video to learn more information about how I can help you. So I'm Ryan Thomas. Thanks so much, and I will see you on another video. Hey, it's Ryan Thomas. Thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and it also helps to spread the word. Be sure to watch other videos from this channel, and also check below this video for other resources and links to help.